Imagine this: everything in your life is falling apart. Your plan failed. People disappoint you. Money become tight. Your mind is full of fear. You ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But what if I told you the strongest people are not those who never face difficult times? They are the ones who stay calm when everyone else is losing control. Today, I'll show you the secret that can completely change the way you face life hardest moments. Stay with me until the end, because the last lesson may be exactly what you need today. Welcome back. Have you ever noticed that when life becomes difficult, most people panic? They make emotional decisions, lose hope, and give up before they even have a chance to succeed. But the people who achieve extraordinary success are often not the smartest or the luckiest. They are the calmest. Difficult times are a part of everyone's life. You may lose money, face failure, experience heartbreak, or go through moments when something seems to work. During this moment, your greatest enemy is not the problem itself. It's the fear and stress growing inside your mind. The moment you learn to stay calm, you begin to think clearly, make better decisions, discover opportunity that others cannot see. In this video, you will learn why staying calm is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. It can completely change the way you face life's biggest challenge. I'll share practical lessons, inspiring ideas, and simple habits that everyone can use to remain strong, focused, and confident during the hardest moments. So, don't skip this video, because the lesson waiting for you at the end and could become the mindset that changes your life forever. Let's begin this journey together. Session 1. Why difficult times make us panic? Have you ever wondered why even strong people panic when life suddenly becomes difficult? It doesn't matter how intelligent, successful, or experienced someone is. When unexpected problems appear, the human mind naturally reacts with fear. Imagine you are driving on a peaceful road. The weather is perfect, and everything feels under control. When suddenly a powerful storm begins, the wind gets stronger. The rain blocks your vision, and within seconds, your confidence disappears. Life works the same way. When everything is going well, staying calm is easy, but your real character is revealed when the storm arrives. The reason we panic isn't always because the problem is too big. Most of the time, it's because our mind immediately started imagine the worst possible future. What if I fail? What if I lost everything? What if things never get better? These questions grow louder and louder until fear becomes stronger than reality. Here's something most people never realize. Your brain was designed to protect you, not to make you happy. Thousands of years ago, our ancestors survived because they quickly noticed danger, their brain were consistently searching for threats. That same survival system still exists inside us today. The problem is that your brain often treats modern challenge like losing a job, failing an exam, or facing financial pressure, or if they were life-threatening emergencies. Your heart beats faster. Your breathing becomes shorter. Your thoughts become chaotic. And instead of finding solution, you become trapped inside fear. This is why many people make their worst decisions during their hardest moments. They speak without thinking, they quit too early, they lost hope, and later they regret the choice they made while they were emotional. But there's the good news. Panic is a natural reaction, but staging in panic is a choice. Every calm person you admire has also experienced fear. The difference is that they don't allow fear to control their actions. They pause, they breathe, they observe the situation instead of immediately reacting because they understand one powerful truth. A calm mind sees opportunity that a fearful mind can never see. Think about the captain of the ship during a violent storm. If the captain panics, everyone on the ship becomes afraid. But if the captain says calm, give clear directions, and focus on the next steps instead of the entire storm, the chance of survival becomes much greater. Now, think of yourself as the captain of your own life. Your problems as a storm, your thoughts as the crew. If your thoughts become filled with fear, your entire life begins moving in the wrong direction. But if you learn to stay calm, even in the middle of chaos, you make wiser decisions. Protect your peace and discover strength and never know you had. Always remember this. Difficult times don't create your character. They reveal it. And sometimes the greatest victory isn't solving the problem immediately. Sometimes the greatest victory is the simply refusing to let the problem steal your peace of the mind. In the next session, we'll discover the first powerful habit that helps successful people remain calm, focused, and emotionally strong even when life feels completely out of control. Session 2. Control what you can. Let go of what you can't. There is one mistake that keeps millions of people trapped in stress, anxiety, and frustrations. They spend most of their energy trying to control things they were never meant to control. Think about it. Can you control what people say about you? Can you control the weather? Can you control the past? Can you control every unexpected event that happens tomorrow? The answer is no. Yet, every single day, people waste precious time worrying about these things. They replay old mistakes, fear, an uncertain future, and become exhausted, fighting battles that exist only inside their minds. This is one of the fastest ways to lose your inner peace. The truth is simple. The more you chase control over everything, the less control you actually feel. Now imagine two people caught in the same storm. The first person spends all energy shouting in the wind, complaining about the rain, and wishing the storm would disappear. The second person knows the storm cannot be stopped. Instead, they protect themselves. They adjust their direction and keep moving one careful step at a time. Both people face the same storm, but only one reaches safely. Life works exactly the same way. You cannot always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond. That response shapes your future far more than the problem itself. Successful people understand this better than anyone. When something goes wrong, they don't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I do right now?" That single question shifts the mind from fear to actions, and action is the enemy of anxiety. Every time you focus on what you can do, your confidence grows. Even if the step is small, maybe you can't solve the entire problem today, but you can make one phone call. You can learn one new skill. You can apologize. You can create a plan. You can make one small step forward. Small actions may seem insufficient, but over time they create powerful momentum. Remember, mountains are climbed one step at a time, not in a single leap. Another important lesson is learning to let go. Let go of the need to be perfect. Let go of the opinion of people who don't truly care about your future. Let go of the mistake that can no longer be changed. Holding on to this thing is like carrying a heavy backpack on a long journey. The longer you carry unnecessary weight, the more tired you become. Peace begins when you decided to put that weight down. It doesn't mean giving up, it means accepting reality while continuing to move forward. This wisdom. One of the strongest people you will never meet is not the person who controls everyone around them. It is the person who has learned to control themselves. Their thoughts, their emotions, their reactions. Because real power is never about controlling the world. Real power is controlling your own mind. So the next time life becomes difficult, pause for a moment and ask yourself, is this something I can control? If the answer is yes, take action immediately. If the answer is no, stop feeding your fear with endless worry. Accept it, learn from it, move forward, because every minute spent worrying about the uncontrollable is a minute stolen from building the future you truly want. In the next session, we'll discover why slowing down instead of reaching immediately can become your greatest strength during life's most difficult moments. Session 3. Pause before you react. The power of the core mind. Have you ever said something in anger that you later wish you could take back, or make a decision in a moment of fear that only create more problems? If your answer is yes, you are not alone. Almost everyone has experienced moments when emotion became stronger than wisdom. The truth is, difficult situations don't usually destroy our life overnight. Our reactions to those situations often do. When something unexpected happens, your mind immediately wants an answer. It wants to react. It wants to defend itself. It wants to solve everything as quickly as possible. But rushing rarely creates clarity. Imagine throwing a stone into a quiet lake. The water instantly becomes filled with ripples. As long as the water is moving, you cannot clearly see what lies beneath. But if you simply wait, the ripples slowly disappear. The surface becomes calm again, and suddenly everything below becomes visible. Your mind works exactly the same way. When emotions are racing, your thoughts become cloudy. Fear, anger, disappointment, and frustration create mental noise. In that state, even small problems can feel impossible to solve. This is why wise people never allow their emotions to make important decisions. They understand that emotions are temporary, but the consequence of their action can last for years. Think about the firefighter entering a burning building. If they are panicked, they lose focus. If they lose focus, they make mistakes. And in a dangerous situations, mistake can cost life. That's why firefighters are trained to stay calm under pressure. The same principle applies to your every life. Every challenge is asking you one simple question. Will you react or will you respond? There is a huge difference between the two. Reacting is automatic. Responding is intentional. Reacting is driven by emotion. Responding is guided by feeling. One creates regret, the other creates growth. The next time someone insults you, disappoints you, or life suddenly takes an unexpected turn, don't rush to respond. Pause. Take a deep breath. Count slowly to 5. Ask yourself, will this decision still make sense tomorrow? That simple pause gives your mind enough time to regain control. It allows logic to return where emotion once ruled. Many of the world's greatest leaders, athletic, and successful people share one powerful habit. They don't make major decisions while they are angry, afraid, or overwhelmed. Instead, they give themselves time to think because they know that a calm mind sees possibility that an emotional mind completely misses. Another important truth is this. Not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes people want to act you. Sometimes they want to provoke you. Sometimes life places obstacles in your path simply to test your patience. You don't have to fight every battle. Sometimes the strongest response is silence. Sometimes the smartest move is moving away. And sometimes true victory is protecting your peace instead of proving your point. Remember this powerful lesson. Every minute you spend reacting emotionally in a minute, you lose control over your own life. But every moment you choose patience over panic, you become mentally stronger. Staying calm doesn't mean you have no emotions. It means your emotions no longer control you. That is real strength. That is real confidence. And that is the habit that separates ordinary people from those who remain strong, focused, and unstoppable. No matter how difficult life becomes, in the next session, you'll discover how gratitude and changing your perspective can transform even the darkest moment into opportunity for growth and inner peace. Session 4. Change your perspective. Every challenge carries a lesson. Have you ever noticed that two people can face the exact same problems yet respond in completely different ways? One person lost hope, complain, and believe life is unfair. The others stay calm, search for a lesson, and somehow come out stronger than before. What makes the difference? It isn't the size of the problems. It is the way they choose to see it. Your perspective has the power to change your entire experience. Imagine holding a small coin close to one eye. The coin is tiny, yet it blocks your view of everything around you. Now move the coin farther away. The coin isn't changed, but suddenly you can see the bigger picture. Problems work the same way. When you focus only on the difficulty, it begins to feel bigger than your entire life. You forget your strengths. You forget your past victories. You forget how many challenges you already survived. But the moment you step back and look at the bigger picture, everything changes. You begin to realize that this moment is only one chapter of your story, not the whole book. Many of the people we admire today were once standing exactly where you may be now. They experienced failure. They faced rejection. They lost opportunities. Some lost their jobs. Some lost their business. Some were told they would never succeed. But instead of asking, why is this happening to me? They ask, what is this trying to teach me? The single question transforms their pain into progress. Every difficult session teaches something valuable. Failure teaches humility. Disappointment teaches patience. Loss teaches gratitude. Challenge teaches resilience. Without struggle, we often remain comfortable. Without pressure, we rarely discover our true strength. Think about how diamonds are formed deep beneath the earth. They endure years of intense pressure. Without that pressure, they would never become something valuable. Human character grows the same way. Pressure doesn't always break you. Sometimes it reveals the strength that have been hidden inside you all along. It doesn't mean you should enjoy pain. No one enjoys hardships, but you can choose not to watch it. Every setback can become a lesson. Every mistake can become a wisdom. Every obstacle can become preparation for something greater. Another powerful habit is practicing gratitude, especially during difficult times. At first, this may sound impossible. How can you be grateful when life feels unfair? The answer is simple. Gratitude doesn't ignore problems. It reminds you that problems are not the only thing in your life, even during your hardest days. There is usually something to appreciate. Maybe it's your health, maybe it's your family, maybe it's a friend who believes in you, maybe it's another sunrise giving you one more chance to begin again. When you focus only what you are lost, your heart becomes heavy. When you remember what you still have, hope begins to return. And hope is one of the greatest sources of inner strength. Always remember this powerful truth. Your current situation is not your final destination. Storms do not last forever. Dark nights always give you to sunrise. The challenge you are facing today may one day become the story that inspires someone else to never give up. So, don't ask life to remove every obstacle from your path. Ask for the wisdom to learn from every obstacle you face. Because sometimes the greatest gift hidden inside a difficult session isn't success. It's the stronger, wiser, calmer person you become because of it. In the next session, we'll discover the daily habit that mentally strong people practice to remain calm, confident, and unshaken no matter what challenge life brings. Session 5. Build daily habits that keep you calm. Have you ever wondered why some people remain calm even during the biggest storm of life? It's not because they have fewer problems. It's not because life is easier for them. And it's certainly not because they were born stronger than everyone else. The real reason is much simpler. They prepare their mind every single day. Staying calm isn't something you suddenly learn when life becomes difficult. It's a habit you build long before the storm arrives. Think about a professional athlete. They don't wait until the championship game to start training. They practice every day. They strengthen their body, improve their skills, and prepare for pressure before the competition ever begins. Your mind works the same way. If you only try to become calm when life is already falling apart, it will feel almost impossible. But if you train your mind every day, difficult moments become much easier to handle. One of the most powerful habits is starting your morning with intention instead of distractions. Many people wake up and immediately grab their phones. Within minutes, they are reading bad news, comparing themselves to others, or filling their mind with stress before the day had even begun. Imagine beginning your day differently. Wake up, take a few deep breaths, spend a few quiet moments with your thoughts, pray, meditate, or simply reflect on the opportunity waiting for you today. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? That simple question can completely change your mindset. Another life-changing habit is taking care of your body. Many people regret that a tired body creates a tired mind. When you can't sleep enough, your passion becomes weaker. When you eat poorly, your energy disappears. When you ever move your body, stress begins to build inside you. You don't have to become a professional athlete. Even a short walk, regular exercise, or a few minutes of stretching each day can improve your mood and help your mind stay balanced. Never underestimate the power of rest. Sometimes the solution isn't working harder. Sometimes it's sleeping earlier, taking a break, and allowing your mind to recover. A rest mind see solutions that an exhausted mind cannot. Another important habit is protecting what enters your mind. Your mind is like a garden. Whether you plant will eventually grow. If you consistently feed it with a negativity, fear, gossip, and endless complaint, those thoughts will slowly sap your attitude. But if you fill your mind with inspiring books, meaningful conversations, valuable knowledge, and positive ideas, your thinking begins to change. Choose carefully what you watch, choose carefully what you listen to, choose carefully who you spend time with, because your environment quietly influences your mindset every single day. Gratitude is another daily habit that transforms the heart. Before you going to sleep each night, think of 3 things you are thankful for. They don't have to be extraordinary. Maybe you learn something new. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you simply made it through another difficult day. This small habit trains your brain to notice hope instead of only focusing on problems. And finally, remember the importance of the patience. Growth is really fast. Healing takes time. Success takes time. Inner peace also takes time. Don't become discouraged just because you don't see immediate results. Every calm decision you make, every negative thought you replace, every healthy habit you repeat is building a stronger version of yourself. One day, you'll face a challenge that would have completely overwhelmed the old you. But this time, you'll smile, stay calm, and move forward with confidence. Not because life becomes easier, but because you become stronger. And that is the true secret of staying calm during difficult times. In the next final decision, we'll bring everything together with one powerful message that can change the way you face every challenge for the rest of your life. Powerful final message plus call to action. Before this video ends, I want you to remember one important truth. Life will never be free from problems. No matter how careful you are, no matter how strong you become, and no matter how successful you get, challenge will always be a part of your journey. But there is what truly changes everything. It is not the absence of problems that create peaceful life. It is the ability to stay calm in the middle of them. Think about everything you are learned in the video. You cannot control everything that happened to you, but you can control your reactions. You can pause before you respond. You can change your perspective. You can choose what to focus on. And most importantly, you can train your mind every single day to remain strong even when life feels overwhelming. The next time something goes wrong in your life, don't immediately panic. Don't rush into emotional decisions. Don't believe the worst case scenario your mind tries to create. Instead, take a moment, breathe, step back, and remind yourself this is temporary. I will handle this one step at a time. Because the truth is, calm people are not people who never feel stress. They are people who refuse to let stress control their actions. That is a real strength. That is a real maturity. And that is what will set you apart in life. One day, you will look back at the problems that once felt impossible. And you will realize they are the moments that shape you into who you are becoming right now. So don't break under pressure. Grow under pressure. Don't lose yourself in difficult times. Discover yourself in difficult times. Now, if you found value in the video, don't just watch and leave. Take a moment to do 3 simple things, like this video if it helped you. Subscribe for more powerful motivation content. Share it with someone who is going through a difficult time right now, because you never know. The message may be exactly what someone else needs to stay strong today. And remember this always: no matter how hard life gets, stay calm, stay strong, and keep moving forward.